Community Alike and Different by Donna Foley. Fun fact: the first subway system in the United States was built in Boston. New York City has the highest population in the United States. Most cities have at least one daily newspaper. In this book, you will read about different communities. You will explore what communities might have in common and what might make them different. Vocabulary: community, urban, suburb, rural. Communities are alike and different in many ways. Communities are made up by neighborhoods or places where people live and work together. Some communities have different neighborhoods crowded into small areas. Each community uses land differently and creates a neighborhood for the people who live there. There are three types of community. 1. Urban. Urban communities have a city. A city is a very large community with many different neighborhoods close together. Urban neighborhoods are crowded and have many buildings. Some urban neighborhoods have their own identity, such as Chinatown or Little Italy. Other urban neighborhoods have many businesses. People usually live in apartment buildings in urban neighborhoods. Urban communities bring many different types of control together. Suburbs. Suburbs are communities near cities. They have a house for families to live in. Many people who work in the city live in the suburbs. A suburb is sometimes called a town. A suburb usually has a town center with places to shop. There may be many neighborhoods around the town center. Number 3. Rural. Rural communities have a lot of open space. Rural communities have a very spread out over the land. Many rural areas have farms with land to grow crops or raise animals. People in rural communities usually live and work on farms. There are not many shops in rural communities. People usually have to drive to town to shop. Wow. Oh. In urban communities, people live in neighborhoods that have lots of apartment buildings. Many people and families live in each apartment building. People sometimes walk down the hall to visit their neighbors. Families usually do not have their own yard. In urban neighborhoods, some families make small gardens on their balconies by planting flowers and vegetables in flower boxes. In suburban communities, people live in neighborhoods with many houses near each other. They can walk to their neighbor's house for visits. Their houses usually have trees and grass around them. Some families plant flowers or vegetable gardens. There is land to grow all kinds of things. In rural communities, there is usually a lot of room between houses. Neighbors may not live close to one another. People sometimes need to drive if they want to visit a neighbor. In urban community, neighborhoods are very crowded and busy. There are many stores and restaurants in urban neighborhoods. People shop near their apartment and can sometimes walk to the market to buy food. Urban communities also have many cultural centers and parks. People can visit museums and libraries. In suburban community, the town center may be a meeting place for people. People usually walk or drive a short distance to the town center. People go to town to shop. There may be a market, small shops, and a few restaurants. Families and friends meet to spend time together. There are also shopping malls near the suburbs. The shopping malls have many types of stores. People go to shopping malls to buy things they cannot find in town. In rural communities, the town center is very small. People need to drive to town. There is usually a market or only a few shops. There are a few meeting places for friends and families. In rural communities, families and friends spend more time together at home. People need to visit bigger towns and cities to shop, eat out, or visit a museum. In urban communities, people move quickly from place to place. Many people use public transportation. People take bus or subways to travel to places in the city. In urban neighborhoods, many people walk and may not drive a car. Their neighborhoods are too crowded for parking spaces. Driving in the city can be slow because there is a lot of traffic. In suburban community, many people use cars for transportation. Streets in suburban communities have less traffic than city streets, so it is easier to drive from place to place. Other people ride bicycles or walk. There are so buses in suburban community, but there are usually fewer buses than in urban community. Suburbs have many buses in the morning and late afternoon. People use these buses to get to work and school. Many people in suburbs live far from where they work. Many people work in a city near their town. Many towns have a train station. People take a train to the city. In rural communities, people use cars to travel from place to place. People usually live too far away from place to walk. Some people ride bicycles. Buses usually do not travel from neighborhoods to in rural community. People can take a bus from the town center to other town or to the city. There are usually only a few buses that run each day. People may have to plan their travel around the bus schedule. Communities are the same in many ways. Some have neighborhoods with people and families. People live, work, and travel in communities. People are often connected to one another in their communities. Communities are different in many ways. Communities use land differently for neighborhoods. Some communities have neighborhoods with many people. Some communities have neighborhoods with people living near each other and working in other communities. Communities are a special place to live. Grocery community, a place that is made up of many neighborhoods. Rural, an area with small community and open space. Suburbs, a type of community that is located near a city. Urban, an area that has a city.